What a headshot! What a head!
How's it, guys? This is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. In this video, I'll be taking you through my very own team selection for the upcoming Game Week 28. So we are back into the action of FPL content, and Game Week 28 might be quite an interesting game week. Not really because of the game week itself, but because of blank Game Week 29 on the horizon. Now we have had some major injury news potentially that might shake up our team selection, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on after I go over the Game Week 27 team review. So if you guys want to see how my team is shaping up for the next 2 game weeks, sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So just a quick review of how the team has shaped up in Game Week 27. As you guys can see, 66 total points and a rank rise to 79k. So the rank is looking a little bit more respectable. Hopefully we can build onto this with a few more green arrows. So let me know how Game Week 27 went for your team, as well as how the overall rank is currently looking. Pretty excited for these future game weeks. The blanks and the doubles are going to be coming thick and fast. So let's go over quickly where those 66 points came from. On our bench, we did get the contribution of João Pedro for his 8-pointer, and that was going to be for the injured Isaac. So I mentioned this in the transfer plan, but quite happy that I did bench João Pedro because every time I bench him, he gets me points. So I was quite lucky to get that bench jam at the end of the day. He is playing pretty well though, and is on penalties when he is on the pitch, and we might actually be playing him next week depending on the injury situation. Otherwise, Mikalenko got an assist. I think it was his first assist in quite a while, and that took him to a 6-pointer. Otherwise, Greaves, Fabianski, not much to add on there. Both didn't perform that great. At least Greaves starts though. So with Fabianski on the bench, we did have Raya between the sticks for yet another Arsenal clean sheet, and that included Gabriel in our back line. So the double up in this back line is coming in clutch at the perfect time. I just hope Arsenal rack up the clean sheets but still drop points as a Liverpool fan. So I was pretty happy with Trent's clean sheet point. He was subbed a little bit early into this fixture. All eyes though on if he's going to start the future game weeks with all this European football. Then the right hand side, Munoz finally getting us an assist. I just hope the clean sheets start flowing in as well. Crystal Palace have some great fixtures in and around blank Game Week 29. The only slight annoying thing was the fact that Trent and Gabriel both lost 1 bonus point. So this week I wasn't the biggest fan of those bonus point refreshes. In the midfield department, it was the story of Salah vs Palmer. As you guys will know, I was in Namibia when I was watching these games, and I don't know if it was worth the stress of going for the Salah captain when basically every other content creator and on FPL Twitter went for Cole Palmer. Very unlucky if you guys did go for the Chelsea midfielder. He had a ton of XG, just couldn't finish his supper. Meanwhile, Salah on the other hand also couldn't really finish that well, but he did assist 1. 6 vs 3 isn't the end of the world. Otherwise, Mbumo and Eze both racked up an assist, was quite happy with that. And then Semenyo racked up a yellow card, taking him to a nice 1-pointer. Just wish I had that extra cash to go for someone like a Kluivert at this stage, as he is performing. Semenyo has been pretty disappointing. Then up front, we mentioned that Isaac injury was a pretty shock one. Wasn't expecting it, but then again, Eddie Howe never gives us clear information in the press conferences anyways. So João Pedro came off for the 8-pointer and secured the green arrow. Pretty thankful for that. Also quite thankful for the Visa goal plus bonus points, was assisted by Mbumo. Been pretty disappointing, so nice to get some points finally from the Brentford double up. So that's going to wrap up our Game Week 27 team review. As mentioned, how did your game week go? It's been 2 weeks, so I want those overall rank refreshes. Always like to see how you guys are keeping up in these FPL seasons. So now going on to the Game Week 28 team review. At the moment, I was kind of banking on rolling the transfer. I do have 2 and 1.5 in the bank. So I haven't used the transfer since Arne Slot refunded us that 1.5 million, but as mentioned, some injury news might be shaking up our team selection. So the bench this week, we might be relying on it once again, especially João Pedro vs Fulham. Is a home fixture but could be quite a tough one. Mikalenko vs Wolves will provide some defensive coverage if one of our mainstays don't start. Not the worst fixture in the world, especially with Cunha out injured. Then finally Greaves, Crystal Palace. I'm hoping Crystal Palace score a bunch of goals, so Greaves will be 3rd on my bench. Then once again Fabianski doesn't play, so Ray is between the sticks, and I was quite happy to see the clean sheet odds for Arsenal vs United, as this might actually be a tough fixture. As long as they keep on drawing 0-0, I'll be pretty happy as a Liverpool fan and as an FPL manager, so let's see how this one goes. So the reason we might need Mikalenko is because Trent I'm recording this before the Champions League game because of my work schedule, so all eyes on if Trent starts and plays the full 90 tonight. If he does, there might be some rotation. Kwanzaa is waiting in the wings. Would be quite disappointed though, missing out on Southampton at home. But at least Mykolenko could do the job if need be, but fingers crossed Trent starts and gets 60 minutes. Otherwise, the double up once again, Gabriel, let's see how they perform, had a pretty good performance against PSV on Tuesday night. They did concede though in a 7-1 win. Let's hope that doesn't happen again against United, although if Gabriel does score a hattie, won't be too disappointed. Then finally, Munoz against Ipswich at home. This is finally the right time for these Crystal Palace options. Slight concern though from an attacking point of view, with Mateta out injured and he's the main focal point. Once again, like Game Week 27, Game Week 28 is a battle of Salah versus Cole Palmer. At the moment got the Camsey on the Southampton at home fixture. Now all eyes will be on the fixture tonight. Chelsea are taking on Copenhagen, and obviously what also happens against PSG with Salah. I do think both players will start though, just depends on the minutes they do play. If I'm expecting equal minutes, I'll be going for Mo Salah definitely. Might not be the biggest swing between these two like Game Week 27, but who knows at the end of the day. Then our slightly cheaper midfielder options in Brumo as Aston Villa. This is a very strong fixture, the projected goals are still looking pretty good, and Brentford at home are a little bit of a different team. Then Semenyo against Spurs, also good attacking fixture, I don't really see Spurs keeping that many clean sheets. And then finally Eze against Ipswich at home, just happy to have a slice of that Crystal Palace attack. Now there might be a slight bump to Eze now that he might be on penalties with Mateta out injured, but I don't really feel like it's the same assisting in Nketiah. He's definitely in worse form than Mateta is. So probably overall the penalty bump, but the attacking threat decrease makes Eze the same option, but the fixtures are still great on the cards. Then moving up front, the big injury news is a rumour that Isaac might be missing the Carabao Cup final, so if he misses Game Week 29, obviously he misses Game Week 28. If he does play though and the rumour is going to be invalid, he does have West Ham away, which is an okay fixture on the cards. I do worry that his minutes might be managed though. The most annoying thing about this is that Eddie Howe won't give us anything in the press conference anyways, but maybe we get some more rumours as the deadline approaches. If he is out injured, we do have João Pedro on the bench if need be, but I would prefer Isaac against West Ham away. Then the final option, Visa, Aston Villa at home is a strong fixture as mentioned from an attacking point of view, and with all these forwards out injured and suspended, Visa might be a nice little differential. Don't exactly know if I would recommend him that much if you guys are looking for a replacement, although he did score in 27, but the previous game weeks haven't been fantastic. I'm still pretty happy to own him though. I just hope that Brentford do well. Aston Villa are riding quite high after that Champions League victory. Let's hope they're a little bit tired though when they do travel to Brentford. So with 2 free transfers and 1.5 in the bank, we are looking okay in terms of the team, but let's move on to a transfer plan that might arise if Isaac is confirmed out. So the transfer plan, as mentioned, I had the original plan of rolling the transfer and taking 3 into blank Game Week 29, but if Isaac's out injured, I might look to replace him this week. Might have already taken Isaac out next week if need be to get another blank Game Week 29 player, so I might just do that move earlier. My only concern though is if I was looking at a kind of Isaac replacement, there aren't that many now that Cunha's out suspended, and if I go for Erling Haaland, I don't exactly have the funds. So that's why I might just play João Pedro this week and then next week might take out Salah or Trent to get those funds. Or what I could do this week is go for someone like a Chris Wood, yes, finally bring him in. Now the fixture on the cards isn't that great, it's going to be Man City, but next week it's a pretty strong one. It just depends on who I think does better this week, Chris Wood or João Pedro. Please wait for more news to arise. The rumoured source isn't the most reliable, but with the news that Hall is out for the end of the season, that news was leaked before the official confirmation, which might make these Isaac rumours valid. So to conclude, the plan is to hopefully roll the transfer, or I'm looking at an Isaac replacement, probably Chris Wood. Now before we end the video, I just want to give you guys a reminder about blank Game Week 29 as you guys have to focus on this week. If you like myself, I'm not planning to free it and therefore I'm already looking at potential moves. So at the moment I do have 9 starters, they're not the best but they are okay, and then I do have 5 blank players. So at the moment with 2 free transfers, if I do roll the transfer, this will become 3 transfers, and I am looking to make a treble swap if I do roll the transfer. So I spoke about replacing Isaac, potentially looking to downgrade Salah, yes, downgrading Salah before Everton at home in Game Week 30. and that'll allow me to afford someone like a Bruno Fernandes as well as Haaland. Haaland, obvious captain in game week 30 against Leicester at home. Don't exactly know if I can go without Salah against Everton at home though. These are just kind of rumored transfers though, current sort of plans, nothing finalized at the moment. I just want to give you guys an indication that you must please just look one step ahead to blank game week 29, as that's the only thing we can plan for at the moment with the confirmed doubles and blanks. So let's see how the game week does progress. Hopefully nothing hectic happens in the European games and game week 28 as a whole. Hopefully I do see you guys in the deadline stream as mentioned 1 hour before the deadline. Make sure those notifications are on for when I do go live. Hopefully I see you guys there. But this is basically going to wrap up the video guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please don't like, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. But for the time being, I'm signing off. It's me, Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.